Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, we will take a look at whether or not perhaps the Bitcoin bull trap just snapped and we are going to be rolling over into the bear market. So with that being said, if you're not familiar with what a bull trap actually looks like, a bull trap basically occurs after a sell-off and you get a bullish reversal, which typically needs to break above a resistance level, and then the trap snaps shut on the bulls and you see a big sell-off and eventually a bearish reversal into a bear market. Now, expanding a little further on your actual market phases, you see typically your accumulation phase, and then you get a little bit of a shakeout for the weak hands. And then you see the momentum build up and eventually kind of roll over into what is called a bear trap. This is where the bears think, all right, they reached their exhaustion point and they start to go short, only to have the trap snap on the bears and the price proceeds to build up to typically all-time new highs. At which point, of course, it has to sell off, and then we get a bullish reversal when the bulls start buying the dip, and that is where the bull trap actually gets set and the price moves up to a lower high, only to have that bull trap snap shut and the price rolls over and breaks down eventually into the next bear market. Now, if we take a quick look at the Bitcoin 1 week chart on Binance, if we take a look back and check our 6, we had plenty of accumulation. We had the build-up period. We had a bit of a shakeout. Then we get the momentum up, and then we get the dip into that bear trap, which then does snap off the bears as the bulls push the price higher up to all-time new highs. We get that sell-off. And you can see where the bulls were buying the dip and eventually push that price higher. And we do see the price get above a resistance level, which was the 382 level or 51,000 on the Fibonacci retracement tool. And since breaking that resistance, it appears that perhaps the bull trap has snapped shut and we are now starting to roll over into perhaps the next bear market. And so for a quick comparison on the Bitcoin chart, we see accumulation, and over here on the graphic, we see the accumulation phase. Then we see the trend emergence where we come up and shake out. We see the trend emergence on the Bitcoin chart, and these little red doji candles are probably our shakeout time. And then we get the push up with momentum on the Bitcoin chart, and as you see again on the graphic over here, you see that momentum push up, roll over into a bear trap. We get that roll over into the bear trap, and then we get the renewed optimism and FOMO all the way up to a all-time new high for Bitcoin, just shy of 65,000. And again, if we refer back to the graphic, you can see the FOMO optimism phase up to euphoria to the top. And then we see the big sell-off on the Bitcoin chart, and the same thing shows over here on the graphic. Then we get the buying of the dip. Again, buying the dip is where the bull trap gets set and the price moves up to a lower high. And again, look at this chart versus the graphic. You got your high, your lower high, your high, your lower high, and then the price starts selling off. And so the biggest area to watch right now is going to be this breakdown level. And this breakdown level would be at the bottom of this bull trap. And so that would be right back in here around the 28,000 level. If this price breaks down below the 28,000 level, you can bet we're going to see fear. And there's a good possibility the price could sell off then down into the 19,000 or even as low as the 12,000 level before the bear market starts to come to an end and we see our next move higher. Now, if this is not actually a bull trap like it appears to be on the weekly chart, some key levels we need to keep an eye on will be the 618 level, which is around 42.5, which we see support here, and so far we're also seeing support. So this 618 or the 42.5 level is going to be a very important level. If the price action breaks down below that, the next level I'll be looking at will be the 786 level, which is right around 36.5, a breakdown of 36.5, then more than likely we are headed back to the 28.8 level. If that breaks, then I would be looking at perhaps a breakdown to the 1272 level, which is around 18,900 or 19,000. After that, we could see the drop back to the beginning of the bull market, which was around 12,000. Now, I'm not actually making any predictions. As a trader, I don't make predictions. I just look at the charts and I try to get involved at levels that provide me the best potential for profit with the limited amount of risk. And so right now, I'm not very bullish, obviously, given the scenario. However, I've not flipped totally bearish either. I would flip bearish if we break this 618 level. If we break the 618 level, I will open up a short position with a profit target of somewhere around the 786 level. Or if we still see a lot of weakness, then I could even target down around the 28.8 level, which would be, if we just go for the 786 level, that'd be around a 15% return. And if you use a little bit of leverage on that trade, you can multiply that figure upwards to a nice chunk of profit. However, on the flip side, if Bitcoin's price can hold support at the 618 level and it's able to push back above the 50% level, then I could be looking for a long at a minimum to reach back up into that 382 level, which would be around a 9% return. Again, if you add some leverage to that, then you can multiply that by the amount of leverage you add, and again, still get a nice healthy profit. Because the reality is, we could be right in this phase right here, and we could have just seen the sell-off, the bounce up that we just saw, and this current pullback. And so we could see another push up right back into that level, move sideways, dip, because at the end of the day, price action doesn't typically just go straight down from here. We would more than likely see perhaps a couple bounces before we get a big sell-off, a little bit of sideways action, maybe even a bounce, and then another big sell-off. So we could be right here on the market structure, but eventually the price does kind of move sideways and will eventually sell off into the bear market if this is where we are at in the current market structure. And to me, with my 25 years of experience trading, whether it be stocks, commodities, Forex, and crypto since 2017, that is where it looks like we are more than likely at. But you have to keep in mind the market can act irrationally, so just because I have seen this type of action in the past does not mean I expect the same action going forward. I hear so many people in crypto saying this can't be the top, it's not a blow off top. The history of crypto bull markets, which kind of makes me laugh because there's only been a handful of bull markets in crypto, and these expert traders who've been trading for a couple years in crypto think there's this huge history in crypto that they've never seen this type of action before. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you trade long enough, like maybe more than 10 to 20 years, you'll learn to expect the unexpected. And that is what I do, is I just take a look at the charts and I let the charts tell me what is happening. I don't let necessarily history. I do look at the history, but history doesn't always repeat. So I will take a look at the history and, for example, see that just recent history shows the 618 levels holding. However, it can certainly break down, or perhaps it's going to hold and we'll see another push up. So I just wanted to share with you what looks like to me to be a bull trap on the 1 week Bitcoin chart. And so I think that pretty much wraps it up. So if you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. I'm going to try to do more of these technical analysis videos on Bitcoin and some of the altcoins. So now would be a good time to shoot the subscribe button so you don't miss out on those future videos. Now, if you disagree with my tactical analysis, feel free to drop your comments down in the comment section down below, or if you have any questions, again, drop those in the comment section down below. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.